Hello and welcome back to my video on the announcements from Adepticon 2023. There's a lot of exciting announcements. We are going to see all of them. We are going to skip the first one. This is for last, of course. The first one is the return of the lion. Yeah. A lot of people already predicted this, especially a certain someone who's very excited. So yeah, he looks amazing. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Marines, I can tell you that, but still, he looks amazing. A lot of people have been saying that he looks kind of like Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones, and I kind of agree. He does kind of look like that. Also, especially with the lion motif, right? Yeah, this model looks amazing, and I think it should be around the same price point as Gilliman. So yeah, also have four helmet option, head option. My favorite would be a lot of people like this one, but my favorite is this one probably. Yeah. All right, there you go. Yeah, almost same size as Gilliman. There's also the new Arcs of Omen book. If you don't really play the boarding action rule, you might not care too much aside from the lore inside this. But if I'm not mistaken, it'll be about the lion versus Angron. There you go. Yeah. Looking forward to this because sisters are going to get their stratagems in this book. So yeah, cool. All right, next one. New Killteam. Now here's the thing, right? When Killteam came out, as you can see in my channel, I've done a few videos on Killteam. When Killteam came out, I was really excited because hey, here's a way to use my minis and my friends' minis. So we can play together. But after GW stopped doing the White Dwarf rule, it's pretty clear that all they care about is releasing new boxes and make people buy those. They don't care anymore about supporting like people who have old models. Like, oh, you already bought your models? Sucks to be you. Buy more, bitch. It's basically that, right? And and here's the thing: if they release something that I am excited about, I'll be excited. But Votan and Beastman, I I can't give a crap anymore about this. Like, look, if you like Votan, if you like Space Beastman, sure, good for you. Go buy this. They look okay, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of Votan, but sure. The one with the helmet looks fine. I think the robot looks fine. Where's the robot? There you go. Yeah, Beastman, look, it looks fine. Kind of pisses me off that AOS Beastman doesn't get a new sculpt, but apparently Kill Team gets a Beastman. Sure. Yeah, but yeah, sure. The escape pod looks cute, I guess. It's Votan sized. Yeah. I'm not too excited about this. I mean, if you like them, great. But for me, it's kind of meh. I'm still waiting for Tyranids and proper Battle Sisters to get like either a bespoke team like this or a White Dwarf team. White Dwarf, preferably White Dwarf, because then I don't need to spend any more money. Next. Seraphon. So I think this is like the full reveal. They've already revealed the new warriors, Slan, Skink Star Priest, and I forgot the banner guy, and then the skink on Raptors, right? So here's the new units. These look amazing. I love this. I really love this. This is the Agrodon Lancers. I think they will replace the old Saurus Knights, if I'm not mistaken. They'll be bigger than the Saurus Knights. Saurus Knights will no longer be sold. I think I'm not sure. I mean, maybe you can still use Saurus Knights as them. You might probably need to replace the base though. Yeah, they look cool. They look really amazing. And here's the Saurus Scar veteran on Agrodon, a leader unit. Looks really cool too. Although the Saurus looks like it's say like, damn, you're very heavy. Stop using like a stone, whatever this is called. I forgot. Look, English is not my first language. Whatever. Um, yeah. Now here's the thing. Croxigors. I don't play Seraphon, right? But I do love Croxigors, especially the ones from Total War. They look like gators and they look amazing. Now, sadly, the Croxigors in AOS does not look like crocodiles, but there's another one. Here's the normal Croxigors. They look amazing. Not crocodile amazing, but still amazing. All right, then the next one, here it is. It's the Warspawn Croxigor. They kind of look like crocodiles, or more kind of like crocodiles and T-Rex, if I have to say. Yeah, something like that. They look really cool. I still like the one from Total War better, but these are cool. If I don't already have like a Daughters of Cain army, I would probably start this in AOS, but I don't have any money, so I can't start two armies. So yeah. And they also announced a box, which is alright, I guess. You get 2 units of the what are these? Raptodon Chargers or Hunters. I think you can make any of those. Yep, you can make any of those. Either you want melee or range, you can choose. You get 10 warriors and 1 Slan Starmaster. Pretty good deal. And also the book, I think. Yeah, you also get the Battle Tome. There you go. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, next. Ossiarch Bone Reaper. At last, they got something. A, a pity hero. Yeah, look. This is how AOS has been since like last year, I think. Since 3rd edition. Most faction only got pity heroes, and maybe in 1 year, 1 or 2 factions will get like range refresh, like the Seraphon just now. And last year it's the Slaves to Darkness, right? Yeah. So this year it's only Seraphon. Some people, there are some rumors that are saying Flesh Eater Courts, but I don't know if that's true. Some say it could also be something that we'll see later, but I don't know if that's this year or later or next year. Who knows? Okay, new hero for Ossiarch, Mortison Ossifactor. Here's the thing: a lot of people have been asking for like a foot hero that is combat focused, but yet OBR got another support focused hero, a caster hero again. Like, come on, give them something. A foot hero that can fight. They are really starving in like unit variety. Like they don't really need a 4th support hero, do they? Maybe they do. I don't know. But yeah, regardless though, this does look cool. I like the spirit effect here and whatever it's summoning. It looks cool. Also, the new book, and so hopefully they can play well, because I mean, like the rule has went to 3rd edition, but OBR can't really use any of the new rules because they can't use command abilities. So who knows? Maybe in this new book they can use command abilities. I don't know. We shall see. And there you go. Soulblight Gravelord also got a new hero, Ivia Volga, a named hero. Look, if you only look the upper part, I think she looks amazing. I am not a huge fan of the whatever this is. It's called a Verkos, right? I think. Sorry for that message. Yeah, I think it's a Verkos or something. I'm not a huge fan of that, but whatever, I guess. Look, her from behind looks amazing. The bats just amazing. Also, new Soulblight Gravelord book. Even though they already got like a new book like just last year, October last year. Yeah, Flesh Eater Court also got a new book October last year, but they didn't get a new book now, even though they kinda need it more. But whatever. I think Flesh Eater should be next. If I'm not mistaken, they announced like 2 more tome coming, but mystery tome. We don't know what, so it could be Flesh Eater Courts. All right, next. Here's the Cities of Sigmar. That's the faction that I told you about like 5 minutes ago, a few minutes ago. There you go. Basically, Empire. Sure, let's go with that. Yeah, they only showed 3 models because this is like a teaser. The whole army, the whole Cities of Sigmar army will get like a range refresh soon, quote unquote. We don't know when. Maybe next year. Maybe at the end of the year. Who knows? I'm not sure whether like the dwarves, wood elves, high elves, and the others, like the dark elves, will get a range refresh also, or is it only for the Empire? I am not sure. I guess we shall wait. Now, what will happen to the old models, to the people who have Warhammer Fantasy Battle models that they use for Cities of Sigmar? You can still use them, I think, or you can keep them to play the old world whenever that comes out, like maybe in 2100. Yeah. Some of the cities, I am not familiar enough with the lore, so who knows? Oh yeah, there you go. And on summer, you got Seraphon and something. We don't know what. They don't even tell us which Grand Alliance it is, because I think at this point it's pretty clear. If they put the Grand Alliance, people will know. There's only like a handful of factions that hasn't got their tomes, right? I think it's Flesh Eater Courts, and I don't even know. What else hasn't gotten any book? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe there will be new books. I don't know. Well, yeah, that's it for AOS. Next one, Underworlds. I do play Underworlds, but very casually. I only play Rivals, which means I don't buy all of the things or all of the decks. I only buy one warband that I like, and then just play that with whatever's inside the box, right? So it's a new season, I think, and it's Stormcast versus Tzeentch. Everyone knows Stormcast. I think they look meh. Look, I'm not a huge fan of Stormcast, just like I'm not a huge fan of Marines. However, I do like this, like the dude using like I don't know, force, using the force to lift up whatever this is, and then this guy floating, but his mask looks very weird. I'm not a huge fan of this mask style. This mask looks amazing though. This guy looks alright, I guess. But yeah, out of these 3, I probably like this one the best. This, if they change the head, maybe it's cool, but I don't know, not liking it. This is okay. Now, here's the main part though. Like, from this box, you see this, you look like, okay, it's just another Stormcast. Who cares, right? The other one. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. This looks amazing. I don't know what creature this is, but this looks amazing. I don't even play Tzeentch. I mean, I'm not going to buy this. I bought the last one, the Grisel's Arena. I bought that one because I played Daughters of Cain, and I use the Warhammer Underworlds warband in my army if I play against like new players, so I don't bully them too much. Yeah, look, bringing 10 Melusai blood sisters against newbies, that should be illegal, right? Yeah. Yeah, this looks amazing. The little monsters, look at that. Even this one looks cool. Look at those. Oh my god, these look amazing. My friend who plays Tzeentch, he saw this and immediately, right? Yeah, I'm going to buy this. Even if you don't play Underworlds, you see this and like, ooh, this looks amazing. Yeah. Don't know what their stats would be in AOS. Maybe great, maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. So yeah, Underworlds. As before, you get 4 decks. One for the faction, for the Stormcast. This is for their original deck, and then there's the 2 universal rivals deck. These 2, any other warbands can use. So yeah, if you're the kind of person who collects the cards, then yeah. There's another friend of mine who does collect the cards. So every Warhammer Underworlds release, he bought all of it, all of it. I think he only missed like one or two warbands. He doesn't have those, but other than that, he owns every warband. Damn. Right? Here's the main thing that people have been waiting from the Adepticon reveals. It's been rumored from months ago, and everyone knows this. It's the new edition of Warhammer 40k. They got a new cinematic. Sadly, there are no Sisters of Battle in this cinematic, unlike the 9th edition trailer, but it does feature Tyranids. Yes, it features Ultramarines, but I don't care. I hate Marines, especially Ultramarines. Look, I mean, if you play Ultramarines, that's cool, man. I'm not going to tell you, like, oh, I hate your army. No, it's fine. You can collect whatever you want. But I just don't like that Ultramarines are so overused and, like, they're so, like, I don't know, thick in plot armor, except in this trailer. So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff here. They have new Terminators. Let's check. Is my internet up? Yeah, because I've been having some internet problem. Yeah, let's see. New Terminators. They look amazing. Well, I mean, if you look at like this, they might seem like, oh yeah, it's just Terminators, same as the old one, right? Actually, not really. The old one is like kind of short, but this one's higher. Is it a Primaris Terminator? No, they are not. They're just Terminators now. I don't know if their datasheet will put Primaris or not. Probably not, because they mentioned that Primaris or Firstborn can use Terminator armor and they appear the same. I don't know. Maybe they have like a booster seat for the Firstborn inside, so it's not too tall. Whatever, right? Terminators. Pretty cool. If you already have the old model, you can still use them. Whatever, it's fine. Next one, new Termagants. These look amazing. I'm still not a huge fan of the gun. It's like biological gun. I don't like it. It would be better if they have like something on their back or something that spits out like I don't know, hooks or whatever, right? Make it look more natural. Like in nature, animals doesn't evolve guns. Like I don't like it. That's why I always like Hormagons more, the melee one, because yeah, I don't know, I don't like this, but whatever. They look pretty good. They look cool. They went to the gym because look at those arms and compare that to the old one, right? But I mean, size-wise, they're not. It's not a lot of difference. It's not like the Primaris and the Firstborn, where the other one looks like their kid, right? This one looks fine. If you just combine both in one unit, it's probably fine. But I have a feeling that this is 25 millimeters, right? I think this is 28, the new base. But GW never really standardized their base size, right? So people usually say just use whatever's in the box. So I think my Termagants are safe, maybe. So yeah, whatever. Next, aside from these two, it's the 10th edition. Let's see what's new in 10th edition. Yeah, lore. Yeah, you can read it yourself. Wait, models. Yes, definitely. They haven't shown all of the models yet, but you can see some of them in the trailer. We'll see that later. But I want to see more about the game. Here we go. So basically, 10th edition rule will be much different compared to 9th. So everyone will have to start from scratch, which means your codex are useless aside from the lore. You can still read the lore, but if someone wants to buy your codex now before 10th edition comes out, you might want to sell it if you don't really need to read the lore anymore. Just sell it for half price. It's better than worth nothing. Yeah. Here we go. New. This is what the datasheet looks like, and GW have said that each unit will have like this datasheet card, and this will be enough for each unit. And each army will have like a 1 page of the passive rules, like the doctrines or the sub-faction abilities. You will have 1 page for each army and sub-faction. So basically, if you play, you can just bring cards for all the units you use and 1 page of your army rules. That's it. Inspired by 1 page rules? No, probably not, but yeah, I like that. That means no longer flipping back and forth like like 20 pages of stuff. That's just bullshit. 9th edition is so bloated, it's not funny. The stratagems, they reduce it to like 6 per army, around 6 on average, they said. And that's great. Only use the important ones. And some of the unit-specific stratagems, they put in the datasheet now. Something like this. And also, a lot of units will have something like this. I don't know if it's all of them, but I think a lot of them will have something like this, which is basically like a reactionary ability. So when your enemy does something, they can do something in return. Yeah, very exciting stuff. AP went down across the board. That's good. It's so the game doesn't really like, hey, it's the first turn. You got shot by Tau, and now you have half of your army. Good luck. Yeah, that's not fun. That happened to my Tyranids once, and it's not fun at all. So that's great. I would prefer if they just use alternating activation, but it is what it is. Whatever. I think this is still exciting, less lethal, and also they increase the toughness in a lot of stuff. I mean, increase the range of toughness. So like small creatures like this, it's still toughness 3. I think Marines is still going to be toughness 4. Custodies still toughness 5 probably, or maybe they'll upgrade to 6. Who knows, right? But they have mentioned that now toughness there will be like toughness 12 for example. They did mention there are toughness above 11, so I'm guessing that's like knights. Maybe knights now have toughness 12. Now I don't know how that affects like smaller weapons like this. Like, I mean, Termagants already have enough problem trying to damage knights when they only have toughness 8. I can't even imagine a toughness 12 knight and me bringing like 20 Termagants, 30 Termagants. I don't think they'll do any damage at all. I hope they have something to rectify that, like a stratagem maybe that can help. I mean, you can say just bring bigger units. That doesn't help. Like, Tyranids are supposed to be a swarm faction. If I just go back to bringing monsters, what's the point? Why have Termagants? Why have Hormagons? Like, such a shame. I love the Hormagons. Well, alright. What's next? Army selection is more straightforward. It's basically kinda similar with the current one, with the Arcs of Omen one. Basically, you pick a faction, pick a warlord, pick any unit, not more than 3 of any type, and then up to 6 troops, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, you don't have any force organization chart, no more detachment, whatever you call those. Yeah, that's great. Makes it much more simpler, because in my local game store, a lot of the new players doesn't even understand how to make lists. They're confused because the detachment system is so weird. I mean, when you're already used to it, it's fine. But for new players, it's like another layer of rule that they need to understand. And most of the time, new players only use like one of the detachment before Arcs of Omen, right? They mostly use like, oh, okay, I'll use battalion or I'll use patrol, and that's it. They don't know any better. Like, oh, wait, I can't use patrol for knights? Like, how does this work? Because, yeah, it's so unclear. So this is good. Um, what's next? Oh yeah, codexes. Because of the new rules, codexes are all useless, as I said. So all factions will have all new rules day one in the form of an index. You can buy the index or you can download it for free. That's good. Now, the first few months before any new codex will be the most fun you'll ever have. I believe that because when someone gets a new codex, you can bet that they'll be having more fun than you. However, GW have already said that the new codex won't increase the complexity, so they won't add like before you have 6 stratagems, now you have 20 again. No, it's still going to be 6 or 7 stratagems or 8, whatever. So that's good. That's good. I hope they keep that. So basically, the game feels more like kind of a combination of Killteam, right? Like it's more like Killteam 40k and a bit of AOS, right? Also, I think they mentioned that they removed psychic phase. Psychic phase is no longer there. Psychic powers are now integrated into the data sheet. So let's say you're a psyker, like you're a neurotrope or whatever, and you can use smite. That'll be there. It'll be here, like psychic power smite. I think they still mention that there's still like a psychic roll or whatever. I don't know how that'll work. It's probably going to be somewhat like Killteam, but I don't think Killteam have psychic rolls, so we shall see. Yeah. But for buff, like psychic buffs, it'll be in the abilities, basically the same. Maybe they'll put like blessing whatever, and then psychic charge of whatever, and then you have to reach that number to cast, right? Like some of the Age of Sigmar character-specific spells. Yeah. They also mentioned that there will be much more character-specific spells or unit-specific spells or psychic powers. Sorry. Yeah, like they mentioned Magnus specifically, so that's good. That's good. Um, this is also a news that I like. Boarding Patrol is still compatible with the new edition. That's great because I've been loving Boarding Patrol. It's amazing. You don't get shot at in the first turn. It's very tactical. You have to think about whether you should open the doors or not, whether you should march forward aggressively or not, or should you just flank. It's amazing. And the new missions from White Dwarf, I'm not a huge fan of like releasing tons of like additional stuff on different books, but that's what Wahapedia is for, right? That's great. Yeah, Boarding Patrol is amazing. If you haven't tried it yet, go try it out. It's cool. It's cool. I don't. However, I'm not very sure if it's very balanced or not. Some units are very good, right? Centurions are crazy effective in boarding action. But who knows? Maybe I think I think they can still be countered pretty easily. I don't know. We'll see. All right. There's also a new game mode, which is Combat Patrol. Combat Patrols are the name of the starter boxes. And the Combat Patrol mode is basically starter box versus starter box. So if you... there's 2 players, one of them bought this one of them bought this one, you can just play. Is it balanced? I have no idea because, look, the one I know is the sisters one, right? I bought this one. I don't think these sisters can fight against this or this. Look, they have Repentious, but only 4. 4 Repentious are not going to kill Redemptor Dreadnought. Are you kidding me? No. And also, these Battle Sisters, they don't even have anti-armor weapon. Like, all of these other armies, right? They at least get weapon options. The Sisters Combat Patrol box? No, they don't get weapon options. They're all monopose and 1 weapon only. The Battle Sisters have 2 weapons. A Flamer, which is useless against high armor targets, and the other one is a Storm Bolter, which is also useless against high armor or high toughness target. So Sisters are just dead. And these Seraphims, they don't get the Flamers, which is what makes them good. If you land 5 Seraphims and they only shoot their bolt pistols, they can't even kill 5 guardsmen, right? So they're kind of useless. I kit bashed mine, so they hold Flamers. I got the Flamers from another set of Battle Sisters. So yeah, but I don't know. Some boxes are kind of weak. If I'm not mistaken, some people mentioned that the AdMech box is also very weak. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know about the balance, but this is a good game mode for like new people to learn the game, right? And yeah, all right. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, we'll be seeing more reveals later on, until the release of 10th edition, right? So, oh yeah, wait. Let's check out the new units. I don't know if they show it here, right? Like in the trailer. I'm not going to show the trailer. You can watch it yourself. But in the trailer, which I love because in the is this spoiler? All right, go watch the trailer first. Pause the video right now. Go watch the trailer and then go back here after you watch it. All right, done? You've watched the trailer? Yeah, all right. I love it that at the end of the trailer, the Ultramarines got destroyed by the Tyranids. I love it. Love it. So yeah, here you go. They showed Sneaky Bugs. I think this is alluding to the new sculpt for Lictors. And also, if people look at this is, I believe, a Gravis armor apothecary. Also a new model then, right? That's cool. New Terminators, everyone already know that. A new Screamer Killer. Currently, if you want Screamer Killers, you use a Carnifex, the Carnifex kit. But I think they will be getting a new kit, and this one looks reminiscent to the old Screamer Killer, the old sculpt. Hopefully they're good. I don't know. Maybe they'll be in the release box. Who knows? There's a new Dreadnought. Basically, they have the same weapon loadout as the old Dreadnought, like the missile launcher and the double las cannon, but this is a Redemptor. So yeah, that's also pretty cool. And then whatever this is, some people say, oh, it's a new Neurothrope, but why would they release a new Neurothrope? Zoanthrope. No, I don't think this is a Zoanthrope or a Neurothrope because their model still looks great. I think this is what the rumor called the Norn Emissary? Maybe? I don't know. Whatever this is, I'll probably end up buying it. Or 3D printing it. Yes, I do 3D print my models. Some of them, at least. I am not made of money. I don't have a lot of money. So yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to this. My current Tyranid quote-unquote army, I only have like 1,000 points, is mostly focused on Psychic. So Zoanthropes, Neurothrope. No, not the big one. What do you call it? Maleceptor? Nah. I didn't use that one, but yeah, this could be interesting. Probably a new HQ unit. Some people say it's either Norn Emissary or it could be your good old boy, the Doom of Malantai. I actually played 40k when the Doom of Malantai was still an actual thing in the Tyranid Codex. That was 5th edition. Am I showing how old I am? Yeah, whatever. 5th edition, I played. And I bought a Zoanthrope model to be used as the Doom of Malantai. The Doom of Malantai is freaking crazy. So in the 5th edition rule, if I'm not mistaken, right, it's a Zoanthrope that whenever you enter a new phase, right, every enemy model 12 inches from the Doom of Malantai have to do a leadership test with 3 dice. For every number that is higher than the leadership of that unit, they got mortal wound, basically unsavable wound, right? If they got mortal wounded, the Doom of Malantai will heal itself, and it can overheal. So let's say it can go up to 10 wounds. And then for the Doom of Malantai, if I'm not mistaken, the strength value of Doom of Malantai also increases according to the wound. So if you have 10 wounds, the Doom of Malantai will hit you on melee with a strength 10, which is crazy. I'm not sure whether the Doom of Malantai's psychic power is also affected by its health. I forgot, but yeah, it's something like that. It's so crazy. On 5th edition, you put the Doom of Malantai inside what do you call it nowadays? It's Sporocyst or whatever. It's the drop pod for Tyranid. You put it on a drop pod. You drop them near the enemy units, near a bunch of enemy units. Pop out the Doom of Malantai, and then you just laugh. Yeah, it's crazy. And then I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like a new unit, maybe with a combi flamer. There's also like a few marine unit with flamers, so I'm guessing that's like a new flamer squad. I don't know what they call them. And there's like a dual wielding combat knife. So there's a melee focused one, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, I think that's it. Are there any more units that we haven't seen in the trailer? I'm not sure. There are the artillery bugs. I forgot what they're called. Pyrovores? Biovores? No, I don't think so. Wait, is it Pyrovore and Biovores? Maybe. So I'm guessing they will also get a new sculpt, because the current one, they kind of look bad. So maybe they'll get a new sculpt. I'm also hoping for a new sculpt for Hormagons. But yeah, we'll see. All right then. I guess that's it. That's all of the reveals from Adepticon 2023. Yeah, are you excited? Do you play on any of the factions that got new stuff? Do you play Dark Angels? Do you play these two, Votans and Chaos, I guess, whatever? Do you play Seraphon, or are you going to play Seraphon because of this? They do look amazing. Do you play OBR? Do you play Soulblight Gravelord? Do you play Cities of Sigmar? Maybe later. Don't play it right now unless you already have the models. Do you play Warhammer Underworlds and the others? Yeah, that's cool. All right, thank you for watching, and see you all next time. Bye.